Valmiki Ramayana, Bala Kanda, Book 1, Canto 46, Chapter 46, Sarga 46. Diti's Hope. But Diti, when her sons were slain, wild with a childless mother's pain, to Kashyap spake, Maricha's son, her husband, O thou glorious one. Dead are the children, mine no more, the mighty sons to thee I bore. Long fervor's meed I crave a boy, whose arm may Indra's life destroy. The toil and pain my care shall be, to bless my hope depends on thee. Give me a mighty son to slay, fierce Indra, gracious Lord, I pray. Then glorious Kashyap thus replied to Diti as she wept and sighed. Thy prayer is heard, dear saint, remain pure from all spot, and thou shalt gain a son whose arm shall take the life of Indra in the battle strife. For full 1,000 years endure, free from all stain, supremely pure. Then shall thy son and mine appear, whom the three worlds shall serve with fear. These words the glorious Kashyap said, then gently stroked his consort's head, blessed her, and bade a kind adieu, and turned him to his rites anew. Soon as her lord had left her side, her bosom swelled with joy and pride. She sought the shade of holy boughs, and there began her awful vows. While yet she wrought her rites austere, Indra, unbidden, hastened near, with sweet observance tending her, a reverential minister. Wood, water, fire, and grass he brought, sweet roots and woodland fruit he sought, and all her wants the thousand-eyed with never-failing care supplied. With tender love and soft caress, removing pain and weariness. When of the 1,000 years ordained, 10 only unfulfilled remained. Thus to her son, the thousand-eyed, the goddess in her triumph cried, best of the mighty, there remain but 10 short years of toil and pain. These years of penance soon will flee, and a new brother thou shalt see. Him for thy sake I shall nobly breed, and lust of war his soul shall feed. Then free from care and sorrow thou shalt see the worlds before him bow. Wow. Valmiki Ramayana. Beautiful. Footnotes 58.1b. That this story of the birth of Lakshmi is of considerable antiquity is evident from one of her names, Kshetrabhati Tanaya, daughter of the Milky Sea, which is found in Amara Sinha, the most ancient of Indian lexicographers. This similarity to the Greek myth of Venus being born from the foam of the sea is remarkable. In this description of Lakshmi, one thing only offends me, that she is said to have 4 arms, each of Vishnu's arms, single as far as the elbow, there branches into 2. But Lakshmi, in all the brass seals that I possess or remember to have seen, has 2 arms only. Nor does this deformity of redundant limbs suit the pattern of perfect beauty. Schlegel, I have omitted the offensive epithet. Purandar, a common title of Indra. Check this out. This deformity of redundant limbs. This is the mentality of these dudes. These dudes. They cannot understand the beauty, divine beauty. They cannot understand. It's beyond them. Because they have never seen a person with 4 arms. They think that this is a deformity, that this is ugly. Like this is how low class people think, with very, very poor fund of knowledge. Um, the demigods, as well as God Himself, can assume any shape at will, any form at will. Original form of Krishna is the human form, because Krishna owns all copyrights to the human form. He owns all the copyrights of every form we see, of every idea we see and we come up or to get to know about. Every single thing is copyrighted by Krishna, by God, Lord Vishnu. Vishnu is an expansion of Krishna. So, anyway, it's so sad to see how these Freemasons are trying to offend the 4-arm form of Vishnu. Now let's check this out. Let's check this out. This is from Valmiki Ramayana.net, the same chapter, Bala Kanda, Sarga 46. Diti seeks for a son to kill Indra because Indra and other gods have killed her sons in the battle after turning milk ocean. But Indra, being her stepson, arrives at her place of asceticism with view to destroy that Indra killer. On a fateful day, when Diti failed to maintain the procedure of vow, Indra enters her womb and dissects the fetus into 7 fragments, which later became Sapta Marudgnas, the 7 wind gods, the 7 Maruts, Maruta. Let's continue. You see, starts with Rama. Oh Rama. Every chapter starts with Oh Rama. Oh Rama, Lady Diti was highly anguished for those sons that are killed and said this to her husband, sage Kashyapa, the son of sage Marichi. Thus Vishwamitra continued narration. O God, I am bereaved of my sons who are killed by your great mighty sons, the sons of your second wife Aditi, such as such I wish to bear a son who is achievable and sustained by sustained penance, for he shall be the exterminator of Indra. Such a bereaved mother as I am, I wish to undertake asceticism for a son who shall become an exterminator of Indra and who shall be the ruler of worlds. As such, it will be apt of you to permit me for asceticism. And further, it will be apt of you to accord me pregnancy with such a son. Thus Diti spoke to her husband, Kashyapa. Comment. A sage's wife requires permission of her husband if she wishes to undertake an individual asceticism, because she will be receiving her own share of merit from her sage husband's penances and practices, as he is her life mate. On hearing her request, the great resplendent sage Kashyapa, the son of sage Marichi, replied Diti, who is deeply mournful. So be it. O ascetically wealthy lady, you be blessed. If you abide by the propriety of the practices of asceticism, then you will be delivering a son who can become an exterminator of Indra in war. If you can complete 1,000 years of asceticism punctually, punctually, by my grace you can deliver a son who can be a husbander of three worlds. Thus sage Kashyapa advised his wife Diti. Comment. In some other versions, the word Trailokyahantaram is carried forward from earlier verses of Diti into the speech of sage Kashyapa also. Some have it as Trailokya Bhartaram, a husbander of three worlds. Diti may have desired for a killer, but Kashyapa, as a father of both gods and demons, cannot term the issuing son as an exterminator of three worlds, because the three worlds are in vogue at Kashyapa's grace. Some attach this adjective to Indra, but not to the forthcoming son of Diti. Saying thus, that great resplendent sage patted her, and then on his touching her, she is consecrated. And then that sage Kashyapa departed for his ascetic practices, saying, "Be blessed." On the exit of sage Kashyapa, O best one among men, Rama, Highly elated, Diti reached the sacred place called Kushaplava, on which the present city of Vishala is now standing, and practiced a highly rigorous asceticism. While she is truly practicing asceticism, oh, the best among men, Rama, that thousand-eyed god, Indra, has indeed rendered service with his abundant and surpassing veracities to her, who is none other than his maternal aunt. The thousand-eyed god Indra made available fire, firewood, water, the sacred kushagrass, fruits, and like that tubers also, and whatever other items she required in her ascetic practice. All the time Indra indeed served Diti by massaging her body and other means of removing her bodily strain resulting from her arduous practices. O Rama, the descendant of Raghu, when 10 years are less to complete the 1,000 year span of her ascetics, Diti is highly rejoiced as her ambition is going to fructify in just 10 more years. And then she spoke to the thousand-eyed god Indra. O best one among the valiant ones, Indra, to me, who am practicing asceticism, 10 years are remaining to complete. Then you can see your brother, you be safe. O son Indra, whom I am bringing up for your reason, I will bring him up as a victory enthusiast. And O son Indra, along with him conquering the three worlds, you can enjoy them without febrility from your enemies. O best one among gods, Indra, on my prayer, your high soul father, Sage Kashyapa, bestow this boon on me for a son, which materializes at the end of 1,000 years, and only 10 more years are to slip by. When Diti was saying thus, the noontime sun was reigning high. That lady is stolen over by sleep, keeping her feet headward. Comment. This keeping feet headward is variously inferred. While sitting, she leaned on her knees and her braid touched feet. Thus she became impious. She slept with her head neither towards east nor to south. The ancient cots in India used to have head side and feet side finishing. Then she placed head at feet side and feet at head side. Even if a cot is not there, though slept on the ground, the head shall be positioned eastward or southward, but not to north or west. Finally, she slept at noontime, and for a person under a vow, noontime sleep is prohibitive. On observing her, who has become impious by placing her head at feet side and braid falling on feet. Indra is gladdened and laughed at her failed asceticism. O Rama, being a highly courageous one, Indra, the destroyer of enemy fastnesses, entered the body of Diti through her vaginal aperture and rent her fetus asunder into 7 fragments. O Rama, then that fetus wailed clamorously while being sliced with thunderbolt that has 100 cutting edges, and then Diti woke up. Do not scream, do not scream. Thus Indra was coaxing the fetus, and even though that fetus is screaming piteously, the great resplendent Indra has gone on fragmenting it. Unkillable, unkillable is my fetus. Thus Diti raved in that way, and then Indra fell out of the womb, honoring his stepmother's entreaty. Indra, humbly folding his palms that are still holding his bloody thunderbolt, spoke to Diti. O lady, you have become impious when your braid touched your feet, and when you have gone to sleep in midday, and your vow is thwarted. Thereby I gained a chance to eliminate him who can eliminate Indra in a battle. Hence I fragmented your fetus into 7 fragments, and it will be apt of you to pardon me for that act of mine. So said Indra to Lady Diti. Thus sage Vishwamitra continued narration about city of Vishala. Wow. Absolutely wow. Now you can see how similar and different are these two translations from Ralph Griffith and this particular one from Valmiki Ramayana.net. Many similarities, but there are quite some differences. Like, for example, the place where she performed her yogic austerities and meditations, and also so many times in the chapter Vishwamitra is addressing Rama. So in Ralph Griffith translation there is no this kind of address by Vishwamitra to Rama. And in this way, it's very easy to lose track of the essence of Ramayana. And the essence of Ramayana is Rama. All these beautiful ancient histories are being told to Rama by the sage Vishwamitra. Okay, so we have to understand that this is Rama and Vishwamitra going on a beautiful journey through different forests and places, and then they stumble across this amazing, lovely city called Vishala, and Rama is asking the question to Vishwamitra about that city, the history about that city, and what kind of glorious people live there, or pious people live there. That's the essence of Ramayana, Lord Rama. And that's what's missing in Ralph Griffith translations, this kind of simple back to the reality, who is talking to whom, and what it's all about. Anyway, this is another beautiful chapter. Another beautiful chapter loaded with so much information. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, ciao.